Hey guys, it's me again. And this is another one of my rants. So so early around since mid around the early 2000s and mid 2000s, we've seen a lot of educational purposes happening around on YouTube, like Psych2Go and some stuff. So now here comes the real vital part of where certain things don't add up. Now, keep in mind, you guys remember how our parents and grandparents and great grandparents used to live in those good lives, right? See, back in the day when our grandparents and great grandparents were like, in a good relationship, they were happy, everything was good and all that stuff. And then as soon as time prolapses, everything just somehow went downhill in these kind of relationships in our family circles. Now, this is one of the things that really bugged me for at least some time, and I really and this really kind of gotten into my head. So this rant video is about why are relationships failing and how come a lot of us individuals are not actually looking for relationships no more, and why we are forced to stay single. So here's okay, I got like a few reasons why things like this is not even working no more. One, lack of communication. Why so see now there's a problem there. In relationships, there's supposed to be proper communication, and because there's calling to texting, well, usually text messages back in the day and all that stuff. See, we used to have like house phones where we can call our individuals up, friends and family and all that stuff. But then back in the day, so then fast forward, social media and internet was a thing still because apparently we didn't have no wireless Wi-Fi back in the day. We didn't have that. Instead, we had like Ethernet cables and we had to pay for everything and all that stuff. So yeah. Now, see, back in the day, if we're going in relationships, we didn't have that issue. Didn't have that issue back in the day because you can like talk to people with no fear, no bad habits can be happening to you guys. But as soon as like certain parts happen in school years, now this is where things get really intentional. See, this is what my thing is about that on in the second part. Now, the second part about us guys and some girls, we usually would want to go for the good person, right? Now, peep this out. Some of us good guys want to go out with that bad looking chick. Now, the good looking chick that may be good on the outside, but has like some internal, but looks so bad on the inside. See, things about this though, if that person really supposed to be loving you, it's supposed to be heart, mind, and soul. You can't literally just say that you don't want to that you want to be with the man because of his money, or you want to be with the woman because of her money. See, that's gold digging. That's where a lot of us messed up at on that part. See, back in school years, you would never get that kind of person because that person you want to go out on a date with will never acknowledge you. It's like, oh, I'm so popular. Nope, I don't need a man. And then there's guys like say, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this girl. I'm gonna give her just what she wants, man. Where the that's a jock kind of move, right? And okay, so back on top. I'm setting an example of what school life is like if you're dating somebody. See, the Chads, like the Chads are like the bullies, the jocks are usually the ones that get the girl. While us good individuals who may look chubby looking or skinny looking, but not even don't even look like our strongest best, we kind of got were rejected by those kind of girls. And then that was about it. See, it's what me and my god brother was talking about. It's like, why do all these good looking girls go out with these Chad jock looking bully kind of guys? So in my head, I had to think about that for a bit. And this is actually one of the second examples of why it happens because it's because we're not at our best. It's like these people have some unrealistic expectations from us average people. See, now I don't like saying this too much, but it's true. Like, it's true. We're like like the average man is low of the low now. It's like either you're up here or you're down here. See, if we're in the mid class right here, you can't do that. See, and then you got a person saying like, "Oh, I'm the prize. Y'all should be bowing down to me. I'm the one and most important here in this group." Man, only a bully would say that. Only a bully would say that. Now, I would never in my life think about talking trash about people like that. See, now if I'm an average man, like everybody else in my family circle and my friendship circle are, I'm more of a guy that's traditional in his own way. And sure, I'm not gonna lie, I make some mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes, but guess what? I make up for them in a natural way. See, I'm not the prize because I don't treat myself like I am the prize. I treat myself with a virtuous heart, mind, and soul. I'm more the person that's like in the category with the good people. See, being a nice man, being a nice person is good and all to an extent, but now all of a sudden, being a nice person is not going to get you anywhere. It's going to get you used. It's going to get you taken for granted. It's going to get you drained, destroyed, decayed, abused in many shapes and forms. And you know, a lot of people are right about that part. However, sometimes, and I did say this in one of my videos about bullying and future relationships problem. See, if we average good individuals are being bullied and abused in many shapes and forms, we might end up taking up that crazy dark inspiration of becoming a villain. Oh, it's not no cartoon show like, oh, the bad guy will blur out his or her plans, and then next thing you know, they'll get right into it. Oh, no, no, no. See, what I've learned on certain parts in social media is sometimes you would have to become the villain of that other person's story to get sometimes to get your point across. For if the abuser or bully is the one that's creating the issue here, eventually that person is going to learn the valuable lesson the hard way. But here's my thing: violence isn't the answer, terms of relationships and all that stuff. But this is where it points out like why it's why all of a sudden like these relationship problems are happening now. A reason why they're happening right now is because one, there's no the lack of communication. Two, there is no trust. Three, there's no loyalty. And four, no faithfulness. And five, there's deception involved. See, a lot of us men who did this to innocent women, we were the ones. A lot of us out there, well, some of us men out there who don't learn about these things in the easier way are the ones getting that hard way. So basically, certain of us have been doing that, and we had to learn this valuable lesson the hard way. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like to play with a woman's heart. However, when I learned to understand what a woman's perspective by saying that I am now understanding where you're coming from. I apologize if you feel that some type of way. See, some of us men who are like this, who are average and who are trying to become better people, we're trying to learn from that to understand what a woman is coming from. See, here's the thing: us men don't understand how women feel because here's the thing: we never been in their shoes. Well, terms of our parents, like our mothers and grandmothers and aunties and all that stuff, that makes us come to understand why we are like we come to understand how they feel because they too probably been abused and I'm sure and of course they have been bullied in many shapes and forms. The only way we're going to learn that the hard way is if we went through the same routine they did. See, I don't want to go in full details about what my parents gone through because I prefer to keep that personal between the family. Okay, see, I ain't no rat. I don't rat, but it's not about me though. Back on topic. See, now there comes the part where relationships get toxic. Now, I'll understand this. If you ever saw a good now, when there's a certain somebody out there who sees you so attracted, like if you're becoming friends with that good person, like man or woman. See, a lot of us guys who are men and there's a lot of women out there who want to be friends with us guys. That's a cool part. Now here's where certain things happen between the lines of friendship. And sometimes it would become too drastic in certain shapes and forms. Some of us would do bad habits like drugs and activities in shapes and forms. But however, some of us who don't do that kind of is actually being more pure hearted, heart, mind, and soul. And of course, there are some people out there who are also trying to be pure hearted. Like, say, if you're a virgin, right? If you're trying to wait for that right person to take your V card away from you, but then you realize that person did take your V card, but did not stay truthful to his or her word, and you come to understand you've been played. No, I'm not gonna lie, I've been played. I've been played too. So I kind of understand how a lot of you people felt like out there that you've been played. But keep in mind, this video is for educational purposes, not to motivate bad habits. But like I said, right on topic in this rant of why these relationship problems also be failing. And then terms with the friendship circle thing. Now that certain person who you were pure, like so pure hearted, I mean, despite if you're a virgin or not, you still stay truthful to your word. You stay truthful and faithful to your friend. Eventually, your friend will probably become your brother, your sister, or maybe become your girlfriend, your boyfriend or girlfriend. See, the thing about us guys, like we're the ones who usually are the good guys. Okay, we're trying to be see the average guys like us. We're trying to be the good guys. Girls too, the average girls, they're trying to become the good people too. They're trying to be the good guys as well, like the heroes. But then certain parts of abuse and bullying and shapes and forms kind of getting us to the point where we're becoming villains in that story when it comes to school. And the next thing you know, that bully was gonna say, "Whoa, whoa, 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 take it easy, take it easy. I was only kidding, I was only kidding." I'm like, but then all of a sudden, like we're the average guys, and we were the bullied, and we became those predators. We were like, oh no, you played with the wrong person. You bullied me for the last and final time. So now it's about time you got what came to you. Now there is the real vital part there. Trauma, past trauma can literally break that person into becoming a villain. Now, in my point of view, I've seen this happen in many relationships, and the girl gets tormented by her ex, but well, by her abusive boyfriend or fiance or husband, and then he gets locked up behind bars, or worse, if the woman actually had to defend herself from this tragedy of this man, eventually either he gets locked up behind bars, or worse, killed off. See, the thing is, violence that leads to violence. If a boyfriend is so abusive in many shapes and forms because he was bullied and he doesn't want to go in details with it, that just means he wasn't ready to tell her. But if she is egging him on to tell him how he's feeling, eventually she'll too become toxic as well. See, men and women who became toxic because of their past history and their family relationship circles and their future relationship circles starting a family, that means their child would inherit the same thing they did years ago. Talk about a bad generational curse. See, now that's where relationships fail at. It fails because of the trauma and the generational curse. However, some of us individuals who almost went on that path, we did get prevented. We did get stopped. Not because that we wanted to get revenge in the long run with our fists. No, our fists, violence was never the answer. What the best way we were stopped was because there was love. Not just love, but there was some hope and courage and patience and having a good virtuous heart, mind, and soul. I mean, praise the Heavenly Father for that. But the truth was, we had people in our circle that really cared and loved us, cared about us, treat us well. May it be mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, uncle, auntie, cousin, big cousin, sibling, or better, even your friends, your God brothers and God sisters would soon to become the love of your life. You know, that's true. And that's like where all that we're the only reason why, here's the thing, we sometimes act like wild animals in our own way to resort to violence because we were so triggered in in that situation of the bullying and the abuse in many shapes and forms. But because we had weaknesses as well, we had people that loved and cherished us, cared about us. But the main thing about reason why relationships are also failing, it is because of what the generational curse has done to us in many shapes and forms. Like what happened in the past also be carried on in the future. See, we don't know what type of thing happened in our family circle because whatever they went through may have been painful for them, but now all of a sudden we feel it because we are learning and here we are understanding what we went through. Actually, we're kind of understanding of what they went through, even though they didn't tell us, but their actions can tell us why. See, now there's the key thing right there. Sometimes you got to experience it by yourself and learn that it could hurt you in the long run because of these relationships they've been through. However, remember, guys, just now remember, ladies and gentlemen, relationships are are a good thing. Back in the day, it was good, but now into this current era, it's not because the roles are not right anymore. It's like now men are becoming feminine and the women are becoming masculine. See the roles are not supposed to switch up. The, the men stay masculine while the women stay feminine. Sure, there are compatible times when they need to start learning to become more equivalent in their own way. You can't just do whatever the heck you want to and become like some tyrant person just conquering business groups and business companies and everything. And the next thing you know, you would win. However, there's a drawback to that. Even a sinister or a villain's plan could go backfire in so many shapes and forms. But where am I going with this? You're probably asking. It is because it's like what I said about the bullying and the toxic relationships part. It happens in shapes and forms. So if you're not being careful on what you're doing in life, eventually you're gonna lose, guys. So yeah, with that truth said, you got to learn to understand where it's coming from. If you are in a relationship with somebody, please, please learn to love and cherish that person unconditionally. It doesn't matter if the man has a lot of money. It doesn't matter if the woman looks so beautiful on the outside, but what happens on the inside that matters. Person's personality is a reward itself in the relationship. But if you're a man, if you're marrying that woman, eventually the man would have to lead. Yeah, lead, like lead the group, be the leader, the provider. However, if the woman is working as well and she's also working as in an even playing field, then she too is becoming a leader because she's also following her husband. However, if the husband or the wife fall ill, or if one of them passes away, then either the husband has the right to literally has the right to lead or find another mate. If the husband passes away, the wife also has the right to remarry somebody. See, the thing about it is though, people are now saying that if that person dies, would you find some saying that would you leave their inheritance? See, now there's the problem there. Gold digging. Now, if a man or a woman is a gold digger and that person worked hard and long to work for that money and then earn it in the like hundreds, thousands, and millions, billions, trillions, being a good person, then you know that relationship is foul because of the because that person is a gold digger. Now, keep in mind, gold diggers, I don't have. I mean, gold diggers are human, but the personality and the bad traits that comes along with that kind of persona, I do not take a liking. Gold diggers do not deserve that type of thing. They don't deserve to be with a person of high value. Now, a high value person is working on that person's inner self, like emotionally, mentally, and physically. He, so if a person is working hard and long to earn an honest living, that that person who was toxic and been abusive to that person will ever cut out. Now, it was just like what Danica Marie would say. A man would give a woman a warning for everything she has done in a negative way and not taking accountability. But if there is no change of behavior, they are out. Now, let me set a clean example there. Even men would act like that way they do too, like a bunch of jocks and users too. See, a woman would also give you a warning as well. You will be warned in silence or warned in physical form. Because if there's no change of behavior, you lose. It goes both ways. Now, now keep in mind, toxic relationships are never the reason why relationship the toxic relationships is not the right way to go. See, that's too much dark power right there. That's too much energy. That's too much negative energy. It's like the Joker and Harley Quinn. However, this is what I would say in some point of view on this rant of why relationship problems becoming about because roles are not the same anymore. So this is why I'm posting this video about this, okay? Now keep in mind, it's still educational. It does not promote abuse in many shapes and forms. So what do you guys think about the video, huh? Give this give this video a comment and like to subscribe to the channel. And also another moral to this video. If you really love that person so much, do not mistreat him or her in many shapes and forms. A breakup will come happening. However, you need to learn to watch your surroundings because you don't know what person you were dating would have a second plan in mind. You don't know what that person will plan on doing to you in the long run if you're not careful. So please be careful on who you fall in love with, or the person you have fell in love with will hurt you. It doesn't matter who it is. Best be careful on what you do. All right. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Okay. I'll see you guys in the next video about this rant.